Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Bhakta-vrinda Bhaja Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Bhakta-vrinda Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Chaitanya Nityananda Gaura Hari 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 Chaitanya Nityananda Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Gurudev, Jai Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Gurudev, 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 Haribo.
Haribol.
Maraming salamat.
Haribol. Thank you very much, Rosal.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat sa iyong wonderful kirtan. Okay. Kailangan ko patayin po isa. Haribol, Claire. Ano pala si Claire? Okay, so hold on.
Haribo sir, excuse me lang po. Nag-ano
Yeah.
sir, parang may echo yung audio niyo po. Tapos
May echo pa?
Parang echo na parang grounded.
Teka. Rosal, pakipatay mo yung sound mo.
Okay.
Change. Ah. Ayun. Meron pa? Meron pa? May echo pa rin? Rhea, may echo pa rin ba ako?
Merong
Haribol.
echo pero
Oh. Pero clear naman. Nadidinig naman.
opo, clear naman po.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, let us all pray na before we go to our class. Maom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Musale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa iti namin. By Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srimasa Guru Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Haribol. Thank you very much, Rhea.
Haribo sir.
So,
Excuse me
Haribo.
lang po. Ano yung parang grounded po yung sound nyo.
Grounded?
Opo. Ano?
Talaga?
Haribo Sir George, kamusta dyan yung audio ni sir?
Ganon din po, sir. Medyo hindi na po
Ground.
hindi na po
Grounded.
masyadong clear yung voice. Hindi po siya katulad ng video.
Talaga, hindi siya tulad nung nasa bahay.
Yes.
Kasi sa Buanga or bahay, ano,
Haribol.
hindi. Sige,
Ba-
I'll try to, ano, i-
Masama ata ang panahon, sir eh. Masama ang panahon dito sa atin kaya gano'n ang sound.
siguro, dahil dito, umuulan din eh.
May bagyo dito.
Pero check ko lang. Oo nga, alam ko may bago dyan sa inyo eh.
Mga
May
sir.
bagyo rin dito, pero di masyado kasing grabe dyan. Kaya, I'll try to, dali lang ha. Abotay ko to.
Sir, sorry. Baka pwede po sir yung ano, yung phone nyo kanina. Yun po yung gamitin, then yung video na lang po dito. Baka possible po para matry lang if okay yung audio ng phone.
Ngayon,
Ayan sir, mas better po. I
mas
think
better.
po, yes sir, I think it's not about the internet connection but rather sa ano po sir, dun sa wire nung headset, baka grounded po siya sir.
Baka nga, dito na lang ako sa phone mag-ano.
Okay,
Okay
na
lang
po.
yung phone?
Yes
Clear
sir.
clear naman yung phone?
Okay po.
Okay, good. Dali ha. Let me just, saan na yung Zoom? Uy, wala ako ah.
60 pesos lang ang calci.
Basta ka na?
60 pesos lang.
Ay, 60 na?
Oo, hindi na ako nakapan na yun. Ito ni Amiga.
Kasama niya magpanya to? Ang yana na kita. Okay, kailangan yung class niya. Oh. Natitinig niyo ako ngayon. Okay
Yes,
naman ako.
Sir. Okay na po yung audio niyo po.
Okay, good. Alright. Yeah. Sandali. Patayin ko lang itong sound niya. More. Sound. If yan, okay na, no?
Yes, okay na po, sir.
Okay na. Oh, sandali lang, ha? Let me just... Para marinig ko rin kayo na maigi. Medyo mahina kayo, eh. Iba talaga pag nagta-travel ka, eh. Nag-iiba-iba yung mga swan. Okay, there you go. Ito ngayon, dito. Sige nga, Haribol.
Haribol, sir.
Yan, natitinig ko na. Oo. So, let us all begin to start our class. Who is our first reader?
Haribol, wala pa po si Sir Pravin, so I'll sub.
Si Isaac muna.
Hindi po. Ako
Oo.
po magre-read.
Ikaw muna. O, sige. Go ahead, Iris. Welcome all to our Srimad Bhagavatam class.
Text
Nasa
6.
Kanto 2 pa rin tayo, chapter 3,
Chapter 4 po.
chapter 4, verse 6. Okay, go ahead.
Text 6. Thus,
Text
being
6.
fixed, one must render service unto the super soul situated in one's own heart by his omnipotency, because he is the almighty personality of Godhead, eternal and unlimited. He is the ultimate goal of life, and by worshipping him, one can end the cause of the conditioned state of existence. As confirmed with Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the all-pervading, omnipresent Super Soul. Therefore, one who is a yogi can worship only him because he is the substance and not illusion. Every living creature is engaging in the service of something else. A living being's constitutional position is to render service, but in the atmosphere of Maya or illusion, or the conditional state of existence, the conditioned soul seeks the service of illusion. A conditioned soul works in the service of his temporary bodily relatives like the wife and children, and the necessary paraphernalia for maintaining the body and bodily relations, such as the house, land, wealth, society, and country. But he does not know. Hold on lang po,
That,
sir.
that all such renderings.
Wait lang po, sir, ha.
Okay lang.
May ito-double check lang po kami. Wait lang po. Sir George, mali yata yung naano natin na screen share eh. Text 6. Double check ko po yung copy ko po.
Tama yun, text 6.
Wait lang.
Text 6 yung binabasa mo.
Text 6.
Yung binabasa mo, text 6.
Wait lang. Chapter 4, the process of creation. 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Doon pala tayo, Sir George, sa I beg to know from you how the personality Sige, sir. Scroll mo lang. Tingnan natin kung nasa anong chapter ka, Sir George. Sige lang. Chapter 2, okay. Wait lang po. Ayusin lang po namin yung screen share. I'll screen share, Sir George, for now. Okay, wait lang po Sorry po. We are now in Canto 2, chapter 4, text 6. Text 6 po. I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead, by His personal energies, creates these phenomenal universes as they are, which are the inconceivable even to the great demigods. Purport. In every inquisitive mind, the important question of the creation of the phenomenal world arises. And therefore, for a personality like Maharaj Pariksit, who was to know all the activities of the Lord from his spiritual master, such an inquiry is not uncommon. For every unknown thing, we have to learn and inquire from a learned personality. The question of creation is also one of such inquiries to, to be made to the right person. The spiritual master, therefore, must be one who is sama, sama Jina, as situated herein before in connection with Sukadev Goswami. Thus, all inquiries on God which are unknown to the disciple may he made from the qualified spiritual master. And here, the practical example is set by Maharaj Pariksit. It was, however, already known to Maharaj Pariksit that everything we see is born out of the energy of the Lord, as we have all learned in the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Maharaj Pariksit wanted to know the process of creation. The origin of creation was known to him. Otherwise, he would not have inquired how the personality of Godhead, by his different energies, creates this phenomenal world. The common man also knows that the creation is made by some creator and is not created automatically. We have no experience in the practical world that a thing is created automatically. Foolish people say that the creative energy is independent and acts automatically. As electrical energy works, but as electrical energy works. But the intelligent man knows that even the electrical energy is generated by an expert engineer in the localized powerhouse. And thus, the energy is distributed everywhere under the resident engineer's supervision. The Lord's supervision in connection with creation is mentioned even in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 text 10, and, and it is clearly said here that material energy is a manifestation of one of many such energies of the Supreme. An experienced, an experienced boy may be struck with wonder by seeing the impersonal actions of electronics or many other wonderful things conducted by electrical energy. Meron pong kanino po yung background noise na parang yung yung nagkakaskas, parang may kinakaskas.
Parang wala noon.
Okay na po, wala na sir. An inexperienced boy may be struck with wonder by seeing the impersonal actions of electronics or many other wonderful things conducted by electrical energy. But an experienced man knows that behind the action is a living man who creates such energy. Similarly, the so-called scholars and philosophers of the world may, by mental speculation, present so many utopian about the impersonal creation of the universe. But an intelligent devotee of the Lord, by studying the Bhagavad Gita, can know that behind the creation is the hand of the Supreme Lord. Just as in the generating electrical powerhouse, there is the resident engineer. The research scholar finds out the cause and the effect of everything. But research scholars as great as Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and many other demigods are sometimes bewildered by seeing the wonderful creative energy of the Lord. So what to speak of the tiny mundane scholars dealing in petty things, as there are differences in the living condition of different planets of the universe. And as one planet is superior to others, the brains of the living entities in those respective planets are also of different categorical values. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, one can compare the long duration of life of the inhabitants of Brahma's planet, which is inconceivable to the inhabitants of this planet Earth, to the categorical value of the brain of Brahmaji, also inconceivable to any great scientist of this planet. and with such higher brain power, even Brahmaji has described in his great Samhita as follows. There are many personalities possessing the qualities of Bhagavan, but Krishna is the supreme because none can excel him. He is the supreme person and his body is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. He is the primeval Lord Govinda and the cause of all causes. Brahmaji admits Lord Krishna to be the supreme cause of all causes, but persons with tiny brains within this petty planet Earth think of the Lord as one of them. Thus when the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita that He is all in all, the speculative philosophers and the mundane wranglers deride Him, and the Lord regretfully says, "Fool derides me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be." Brahma and Shiva, and what to speak of other demigods, are Bitas, or powerful created demigods who manage universal affairs, much like ministers appointed by a king. The ministers by the Isvaras may be Isvaras or controllers, but the Supreme Lord is the Mahisvara or the creator of the controllers. Persons with a poor fund of knowledge do not know this, and therefore they have the audacity to deride him because he comes before us by his causeless mercy occasionally as a human being. The Lord is not like a human being. He is Satchit Ananda Vigraha, or the absolute personality of Godhead, and there is no difference between his body and his soul. He is both the power and the powerful. Maharaj Pariksit did not ask his spiritual master, Sukadev Goswami, to narrate Lord Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. He wanted to hear first about the creation of the Lord. Sukadev Goswami did not say that the king should hear about the direct transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The time was very short, and naturally, Sukadev Goswami could have gone directly to the 10th canto to make a shortcut of the whole themes, as generally done by the professional reciters. But neither the king nor the great speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam jumped up like the organizers of Bhagavatam. Both of them proceeded systematically so that both future readers and hearers might take lessons from the example of the procedure of reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are in control of the external energy of the Lord, or in other words, those who are in the material world, must first of all know how the external energy of the Lord is working under the direction of the Supreme Personality. And afterwards, one may try to enter into the activities of his internal energy. The mundaners are mostly worshippers of Durga Devi, the external energy of Krishna, but they do not know that Durga Devi is but the shadow energy of the Lord. Behind her astonishing display of material workings is the direction of the Lord, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. The Brahma Samhita affirms that Durga Sakti is working by the direction of Govinda, and without his sanction, the powerful Durga Sakti cannot move even a blade of grass. Therefore, the neophyte devotee, instead of jumping at once to the platform of transcendental pastimes presented by the internal energy of the Lord, may know how great the Supreme Lord is by inquiring about the process of his creative energy. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, descriptions of the creative energy of the Lord hand in it are explained, and the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita has warned the neophyte devotees to be seriously on guard against the pitfall of neglecting knowledge about Krishna in regard to how great he is. Only when one knows Lord Krishna's greatness can one finally put one's unflinching faith in him. Otherwise, Like the common man, even the great leaders of men will mistake Lord Krishna for one of the many demigods, or a historical personality, or a myth only. The transcendental pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavan or even at Dwarka are relishable for persons who have already qualified themselves in advanced spiritual techniques, and the common man may be able to attain to such a plane by the gradual process of service and inquiries, and we shall see in the behavior of Maharaj Pariksit. Haribol.
Haribol. Thank you very much, Rhea. Yeah, it's actually quite a long explanation, no? Pero basically, what Maharaj Pariksit asked Sukadev Goswami was, how the world or the uh, material cosmic manifestation, the whole universes came about. He could have immediately asked for the the pastimes of Krishna, but you know he was he was a disciple, and Sukadev Goswami was his spiritual master. So uh, both of them agreed to first, tackle the external energy of Krishna. What is the external energy of Krishna? The external energy of Krishna is the whole material worlds or material cosmic manifestation. So it actually parang it was arranged. It was arranged like that so that um, so that in the future, like us, we are devotees of Krishna. We also will have knowledge about the external energy of Krishna, no? Who created this material world? What was the process of creation in the material world? Yan po yun. What was the process of creation in the material world? And of course, Sukadev Goswami will have the opportunity to answer such very 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 important and very and and very uh, intelligent questions. Very intelligent. Kasi everybody, no, in the material world will probably ask, when he looks at the sky like that, all of us have that experience. Ako sa gabi when especially when I was just in my teens, when I look out in the cosmos, no? Nagtatanong talaga yung mind ko, paano kaya ginawa ito ng Diyos, no? How did he create this like that? So that is just a matter of course when somebody asks this question from a bona fide spiritual master. So yung ginawa ni Maharaj Pariksit is actually but a very natural inquiry towards his spiritual master. Uh, um, ang problema kasi, the problem that we see right now in the material world is that the mental speculators, the wranglers, material wranglers, or so-called people who have only material knowledge, they say that the material energy is independent. It just creates by its own way. But how can something creates by itself? Diba? How can something creates by itself? May nakita kang punong malaki. Tumubo lang ba yun dyan mag-isa? It has to pass through the material nature for that tree to grow big and have wonderful lifetime, no? Pero it is not possible if it were not for God, who is the cause of all causes. So Maharaj Pariksit was he wanted to know who is the cause of all causes, no? He knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but what about the material cosmic manifestation? You know, who created all of this? Ganyan. So it was actually very relevant to ask that very important questions. You know, um, it is described here how materialists get baffled by how this material universe is created. The Srimad Bhagavatam is giving the example of, for example, electricity at home. No, somebody who is not intelligent or a kid would look at, when he opens the electric fan opens automatically. When he clicks on the light comes on naturally. Parang ganon. Parang nobody is controlling it. Where is the controller of all of this? Why do pagbukas siya ng aircon, may aircon. Pagbukas siya ng TV, may TV lumalabas, ganyan, no? Where are all these energies coming from? Who is uh, who is controlling all of this? They don't know that actually the control is there in the powerhouse. Nasa Meralco. Okay? Meralco, or the powerhouse. And within the powerhouse, there is an engineer. Siya lahat yung gumagawa noon, lahat. Siya yung nag-oon doon, siya yung, it is all because of him that everything is, all households will have electricity. Ganon din sa material universe. Material universe, kanyan din. When you ask these questions, there is an answer. We have to look at the cause of all causes, or the source of all sources. And that is Govinda, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is sad is that these material scientists, or these non-devotees or atheistic people, they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They look at Krishna as just the same as themselves. Parang ganun. Wala namang power si Krishna. They don't know. They don't know that. And it is so sad because, they have they have lost the opportunity to have a loving relationship with Krishna. No? So let us continue our reading.
X7.
X7.
Okay. kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. In the Kathopanishad, the Supreme Lord is described as a chief eternal being amongst all other eternal individual beings. Nitya Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Chetananam, and one Supreme Lord who maintains innumerable other individual living beings. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. So all living entities, both in the conditioned state and in the liberated state, are maintained by the Almighty Supreme Lord. Such maintenance is effected by the Lord through his different expansions of self and three principal energies, namely the internal, external, and marginal energies. The living entities are his marginal energies, and some of them, in the confidence of the Lord, are entrusted with the work of creation also, as are Brahma, Marichi, etc., and the acts of creation are inspired by the Lord unto them. Tene Brahma Hruda. The external energy, Maya, is also impregnated with the Jiva, or coordinated souls, conditioned souls. The unconditioned marginal potency acts in the spiritual kingdom, and the Lord, by his different plenary expansions, maintains them in different transcendental relations displayed in the spiritual sky. So, the one supreme personality of Godhead manifests himself in many, that is Bahusyam, and thus all diversities are in him, and he is in all diversities, although he is nevertheless different from all of them. That is the inconceivable mystic power of the Lord, and as such, everything is simultaneously one with and different from him by his inconceivable potencies. Achintya Veda Tetva Tattva. Haribol.
Haribol, thank you very much. Thank you very much there, Mr. Pravin. Yeah, this is very important. No? Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. Actually, it was Lord Chaitanya who introduced this when he came down here 500 years ago. Because he was talking with, he was having meetings with great impersonalists, Brahmins, and they were all Mayavadi impersonalists. They have not heard this uh, these statements of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. What does that mean? Achinta Beda Beda Tattva means simultaneously one and yet distinct. Simultaneously one and yet distinct. Parang the sun globe and the sunshine, they are one. The sunshine is coming from the sun globe. Yeah, they are actually one. But at the same time, they're different, they're distinct. Because you cannot consider the sunshine as the sun globe, can you? You cannot. Although the sunshine comes from the sun globe, the source is the sun globe. Without the sun globe, there will be no sunshine. Yeah? Although they are one and yet they're distinct. So similarly, Krishna has his multifarious energies. He has multifarious energies. He has avatars. He comes here in the material world um, with different way of coming. Sometimes he is an empowered living entity, like Srila Vyasadeva is considered to be an empowered living entity. Shaktivesh avatar. It's called Shaktivesh avatar. Sometimes he would come here as an animal. Diba? The boar. sometimes half man, half animal, like Lord Nrsingadev, ganyan. He's got multifarious expansions and incarnations. So it is all coming from the one supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan or Govinda. Sa kanya lang talaga galing lahat yun. Yeah? So, Maharaj Pariksit was inquiring, my dear spiritual master, can you please explain to me how these cosmic manifestations came about? No? Kasi parang hindi kaya ng brain natin eh. Our brain cannot, it's not sufficient to actually gather information about the reality, no, of the creation of the material energy. Hindi kaya ng brain natin yan because our mind is very limited and even imperfect. So it is described that it is but natural for a student or a disciple to approach a bona fide spiritual master. No? Kasi hindi niya kaya. Hindi niya kaya yan eh. So, very natural lang talaga na mag-approach siya ng bona fide spiritual master to ask these different questions. Itong questions na to, these are all very intelligent questions. So, by this process, there is a transfer of wisdom or knowledge from one spiritual master to a disciple, and one spiritual master to a disciple, one spiritual master to a disciple, like this. That is where you can call this the parampara system, a parampara system. Kaya we don't speculate. We don't speculate. We actually know all this because we have heard it from our spiritual master. Okay, so let's read some more.
Haribol, namaste, sir. Haribol, everyone.
Haribol, namaste.
That's translation. O learned Brahman, the transcendental activities of the Lord are all wonderful, and they appear to be inconceivable because even great endeavors by many learned scholars have still proved to be insufficient. Purport. The acts of the Supreme Lord in the creation of just this one universe appear to be inconceivably wonderful, and there are innumerable universes, and all of them aggregated together are known as the created material world. And this part of his creation is only a fractional portion of the complete creation. The material world stands as part of Ekam Sena Shito Jagat. Supposing that the material world is a display of one part of his energy, the remaining three parts against of the Vaikuntha Jagat or spiritual world, described in the Bhagavad Gita as Madhama or Sanatan Dhamma, or the eternal world. We have marked in the previous verse that he creates and again winds up the creation. This action is applicable in the material world only because the other greater part of his creation, namely the Vaikuntha world, is neither created nor annihilated, otherwise the Vaikuntha Dhamma would not have been called eternal. The Lord exists with Dhamma, his eternal name, quality, pastimes, entourage, and personality are all a display of his different energies and expansions. The Lord is called Anadi, or having no creator, and Adi, or the origin of all. We think in our own imperfect way that the Lord is also created, but the Vedanta informs us that he is not created. Rather, everything else is created by him, or the Narayana Parovyakthat. Therefore, for the common man, these are all very wonderful matters for consideration. Even for the great scholars, they are inconceivable, and thus such scholars present theories contradictory to one another. Even for the insignificant part of his creation, this particular universe, they have no complete information as to how far this limited space is extended, or how many stars and planets are there, or the different conditions of those innumerable planets. Modern scientists have insufficient knowledge of all this. Some of them assert that there are 100 billion planets scattered all over space, or 100, am I right, sir? 100 billion? In a news release from Moscow dated 21 to or February 21, 1960, probably, the following piece of knowledge was relayed. Russia's well-known professor of astronomy, Boris Vorontsov-Vilyanino, said that there must be an infinite number of planets in the universe inhabited by beings endowed with reason. It could be that life is similar to that on Earth, flourishes on such planets. Doctor of Chemistry Nikolai Zhirov, covering the problem of atmosphere on other planets, pointed out that the organism of a Martian, for instance, could very well adapt itself to normal existence with low body temperature. He said that he felt the gaseous composition of Martian atmosphere was quite suitable to sustain life of beings which have become adapted to it. This adaptability of an organism to different varieties of planet is described in the Brahma Samhita as Vibhuti Binam, and every one of the innumerable planets within the universe is endowed with a particular type of atmosphere, and the living beings are more perfectly advanced in science and psychology because of a better atmosphere. Vibhuti means specific powers, and Binam means variegated. Scientists who are attempting to explore outer space and are trying to reach other planets by mechanical arrangements must know for certain that organisms adapted to the atmosphere of Earth cannot exist in the atmospheres of other planets, or we call easy journey to other planets. One has to prepare himself, therefore, to be transformed to a different planet after being relieved of the present body, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Vrata Bhutani Yanti Puteja Yanti Mad Yanudipimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Bhagavad Gita 9:25. Maharaj Parikshit's statement regarding the working of the creative energy of the Lord discloses that he knew everything of the process of creation. Why then did he ask Sukadev Goswami for such information? Maharaj Parikshit, being a great emperor, a descendant of the Pandavas, and a great devotee of Lord Krishna, was quite able to know considerably about the creation of the world. But that much knowledge was not sufficient. He said, therefore, that even greatly learned scholars fail to know about that even after great effort. The Lord is unlimited, and his activities are also unfathomed. Any living being, up to the standard of Brahmaji, the highest perfect living being within the universe, with a limited source of knowledge and with imperfect senses, can never imagine knowing about the unlimited. We can know something of the unlimited when it is explained by the unlimited, as has been done by the Lord Himself in the unique statements of the Bhagavad Gita. And it can also be known to some extent from realized souls like Sukadev Goswami, who learned it from the Vyasadeva, a disciple of Narada. And thus the perfect knowledge can be descent by the chain of disciplic succession only, and not by any form of experimental knowledge, old or modern. Haribol Namaste po. Thank you.
Haribol, namaste. Thank you very much. Um, hold on, thank you very much, Charlie. Ganito, the the reason why um, Maharaj Pariksit was asking all these questions is because he knows that Sukadev Goswami is going to answer it perfectly. So it is like perfect questions and perfect answers. It is not only beneficial to him, but also very beneficial to uh, all of us, the future generations, because what he is asking is actually very relevant questions, no? Very relevant questions in spiritual life. So uh, he was asking about this universe, but actually this universe is just one of the millions and millions of other universes. Yan yung tinatawag na the created material world, or the material cosmic manifestations, the complete created world yan, where there are so many different universes. Actually, when you try to question, kahit na ito nga lang one universe, is actually very, very difficult to, I mean, when you don't have a spiritual master, when you don't have any spiritual vision, you will not be able to understand the material existence or the material energy itself. Very difficult to know that, because the creator, of course, the supreme creator is Krishna himself. And Krishna himself is unlimited and perfect. Now you try to understand something that is unlimited, something that is perfect, with your imperfect mind, or you try to understand the limitless possibilities with your limited mind. It's not going to happen. So there is a need for a spiritual master. Otherwise, we end up speculating, just trying to speculate. Siguro ganito yan, siguro ganyan yan. Yung nabasa kong theory, ganito, ganyan. Uh, they just would not go to Srimad Bhagavatam and seek the answers from Srimad Bhagavatam, or surrender unto the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master. And you will be able to understand all of this, all of the questions that you have. in your mind can be understood. Can be understood. Hindi po yan imposible. It is all possible. Yeah. Maharaj Pariksit made a very very important made a very important um, mission, and that mission was to he was able to actually understand the goal of life. He was able to understand where he is going after death. Yeah, he was able to understand the aim of life. What is the purpose of existence? Like this, he he actually was able to uh, he was able to understand it. Was able to understand and realize all of these very relevant questions. No? So at the same time, while he was asking all these questions, um, the future generations, such as us right now, also uh, get we also become benefited by such questions of Maharaj Pariksit. Yeah. Ito nga lang material world, this particular universe alone, many people are trying to understand its workings. Yung mga great scientists, great scientists, Srila Bhaktivedanta was mentioning about these different um, scientists from Russia. Okay, they cannot. They have the questions, but they don't have the answers. They have the questions. They can formulate questions because they're able to actually perceive these realities around them. But who's giving them the answers? Wala. So they end up getting answers from their own limited, imperfect mind. In other words, ang tawag po dyan is mental speculation. Mental speculation. Guessing game lang. Guessing. Like that. They could not even, right now, even in the modern world, I mean, these scientists were asked by some intelligent minds in the 60s, and they could only come up with these answers, no? Pero itong mga answer nila na yan, it was standing way, way before, and it is still standing right now. Because right now, they couldn't even know how many planets are there in one universe. They can always just speculate. Siguro, maybe there are hundreds and thousands of planets. So that is a guessing game. They don't know exactly, and they don't know the time factor. Where are we right now in the universe, in the material time? Nasaan na ba tayo niyan? And it is all described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, all this material creation, the time element, and um, the different histories are all described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, right now, no, in the material cosmic manifestation. In the material cosmic manifestation, it is described in this particular universe only. We're talking about this particular universe. We are now on the middle part of Lord Brahma's existence. Lord Brahma lives for 100 years. Yeah, we know that from Srimad Bhagavatam. He lives for 100 years. And ito po yung one day niya. Yung one day ni Lord Brahma, okay, is 1,000 times kalpa. Alam niyo yun, one kalpa. One kalpa is the length of time of the golden age, and then the silver age, and then the bronze age, as well as the iron age. Yeah. Yang one ano na yan, yung one kalpa na yan, okay, one kalpa na yan. You multiply that by 1,000, that is one day of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, right now, at this very moment, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, he is already 50 years old. So meron pa tayong 50 more years of Lord Brahma's time. And from the earth time, it's almost inconceivable for us to think, wow, grabe pa pala, ang tagal pa pala dito sa material world. No? Before there is a destruction, a complete destruction of the material universes. Meron kasi tinatawag yan na partial destruction, meron tinatawag na overall destruction, etc. So these are all explained in detail in the Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no need for us to speculate because we have a bona fide spiritual master. We have a bona fide sastra. No? We have the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we have the Nectar of Instructions, we have the Sri Upanishads, yeah, and of course, we're very fortunate also that to make it understandable to the modern mind, Srila Prabhupada has created booklets known as the Life Force series. At doon natin mababasa yung mga what wisdom is. What wisdom is. How we can get out from this miserable condition. Yeah, how we can transcend the ocean of birth and death. How can we get out from these miseries? So these are the things that we are very fortunate, because all of us here right now in this very, very room, we have the answers to this because of our beloved spiritual master. By his grace, by his blessings, we're able to actually learn Srimad Bhagavatam. Kaya yung mga questions ni Maharaj Pariksit is very, very helpful to all of us also, because it is beneficial not only to him but also to all of the future generations, including us. Okay? So, guys, hanggang dito na lang tayo. We're going to continue next week. When will that be? Wednesday. Wala yata tayong because we have a retreat. We have a big retreat here in Zamboanga. Okay, so Charidas is coming over. So we may not have the Wednesday. Pero yung Friday meron. Meron tayo
Po,
sure.
sir. Wednesday. Yung next week Wednesday, no. No,
Yeah,
sir.
next week Wednesday we won't have.
Okay.
Okay.
And tomorrow also, sir, Saturday, actually,
Tomorrow Saturday there will be.
there's a retreat in Angeles. With
Meron. Ay, tama.
devotees are coming there.
Yeah. So we won't be having a Bhagavad Gita class tomorrow.
Okay po, sir.
Kasi maraming pupunta mga devotees dun sa
Okay po.
Okay. I would like to thank everyone for coming to this class. I'd like to thank our admins in the room, si Rhea, si Cheryl, si Mr. Freddie Merck. Thank you very much for the room. And thank you for the co-host, si George Cabanlig and his family. Thank you very much sa inyo. Of course, I would like to thank Mr. Sal Custodio for the wonderful entry kirtan. Maraming salamat, sir. si
Haribol.
Mr. Sal Custodio. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We
So,
can have closing curtain, sir.
yeah, we can have.
If-
Sinong nakaano sa closing kirtan?
Kung Haribol, sir, kung malakas pong ulan dyan sa inyo, Mama Bel can do curtain po.
Okay, whatever.
Honorable sir, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sal Custodio. Yeah,
Haribol.
Haribol. Okay, mukhang okay ka naman, Isa. Okay naman yung sound mo.
Okay naman yung sound ko, sir.
Yes. Don't forget the original sound.
Tol, nagkapinggan na gamay na.
Yeah, go ahead.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaprestaya Bhutale Matisida Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine Paraya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimati Siddha, Swarupananda, Paramahamsa, Iti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Namine Gurudev. Haribol Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, Isaac. Isaac, thank you very much, Cleo and Krishna Dasi. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
For the wonderful exit kirtan. Napakaganda. Yeah, so maraming salamat din sa ating entry kirtan, si Mr. Sal Custodio. Thank you very much, Bro Sal. And of course, I'd like to thank Rhea for the admining the room, tsaka si Janner for co-hosting. Maraming salamat. And all the readers and all the participants, maraming salamat sa inyo for coming. Rhea, over to you.
Mama Bell, thank you for joining, and thank you po Sir Sal for the opening kirtan, Sir Isaac and family for the closing kirtan, at sa lahat po ng nag-read, and Sir George for co-hosting. Haribol Namaste, Haribol Mama Bell.
Haribol.
Hello, everyone.
Where are you now, Mabel? Are you in Davao?
Nandito pa po sa Manila. Pupunta po kami bukas sa Angeles.
Okay. Kasama kayo sa Angeles. That's
Apo.
very nice. Yeah, if I was there, talaga ako. Kasi from Angeles si Acharya, pupunta siya dito. Sa amin. Yeah. Kaya medyo swerte lang yan.
Swerte, sir. Nakapasama sa schedule.
Oo. Claire, ready ka na ba sa flight mo going here? Ha?
Ready na kami.
Good. That's very nice. Okay.
Haribol Namaste, everyone. Thank you po. Jai Gurudev Krishna.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai